Another sunny day. I guess in the other parts of the world it's probably cold and wet and stuff now, right? So it's all the opposite. Actually, one thing interesting happened just recently. If you guys remember that island that I visited, apparently they were having an issue where there's something about a possibility of the place being logged. So they actually approached me because they saw my drone video and stuff like that, and they said basically that's what they wanted to show, to kind of, I guess, say how you shouldn't just log down the whole place. So I think that's kind of cool. Just my example again, recreational drone flyer capturing, you never know what would happen to you in the future once that's all gone. You'll never get to see it again. One of the first headlines I read today, I actually didn't think this was going on still. I thought it concluded, but it said, Bill Cosby found guilty of sexual assault in retrial. A jury found Bill Cosby guilty Thursday of drugging and sexually assaulting a woman at his home near here 14 years ago, capping the downfall of one of the world's best-known entertainers and offering a measure of satisfaction to dozens of women who for years have accused him of similar assaults against them. I still remember that powerful cover. Which magazine was it? Was it like Time magazine? They showed basically just the picture of the woman in the front cover, the people who accused him of doing things like the sexual assault and stuff like that. Like, holy cow, it's so powerful just looking at that picture, like how many people there were. Apparently there was a moment where he yelled in court. It said the Montgomery County District Attorney, Kevin R. Steele, asked that Mr. Cosby's $1 million bail be revoked, suggesting he had been convicted of a serious crime, owned a plane, and could flee, prompting an angry outburst from Cosby, who shouted, "He doesn't have a plane, you asshole." Makes me think how one would feel, because this obviously dragged on for years and years and years, and to now get that sentence makes me wonder how people that were affected feel. Would they feel vindicated, or is that not enough still? And according to this on the site, it seems like Parrot might release a new drone or a new drone product. It says here, it's coming. What could it be? Funny thing with that green light, it makes me think of that other story where they wanted to make drones mandatory with those emergency beacons and stuff. Like, is that what this is? But either way, if it is a new drone, the more the better in terms of giving people variety, in my opinion. No, they're not. That's why I'm in an open field. Excuse me?
Folks are here.
Yes, I know that.
But why do you think that you are okay here?
Because the Canadian laws say you
Bullshit.
stay...
This is a nature park.
I'll show you. Do you want to read it? I'll educate you. I'm not... I'll show you. Would you like to see? I'll show you. I'll show you.
I'm not interested. I'm
Why
saying
not?
that there is wildlife here and you interfere with that. Okay?
I'm showing you the regulation, sir. I'm not...
Regulation is always changing, okay?
Yes, it is. I keep updated every day. Yes, I agree.
Yeah. But the point is that if you are flying here, the hawks have a hunting area here.
Hunting? Well, I'm not hunting them though.
And if you are harassing, because you are harassing with this one.
How am I harassing them?
Within the line.
I mean, for me, for example, I do this really responsibly. I don't go crazy. And if you'd like me to show you it, I would. I'm not confronting with you. I mean, I'm just a regular person here flying, capturing the scene, just like you would
saying
with
that now,
binoculars.
tomorrow, 10 guys come out. What will happen?
Do 10 guys actually come out at the same time flying irresponsibly in that way?
Responsibly. If it's responsibly flying here, what do you think what will happen?
What do you think what would happen? It would be the same thing as everything else. If
I'm
someone like
saying
me...
10 guys flying here, where do you think that the native hawks will hunt?
Have you ever seen 10 people come here at a time do it irresponsibly like that?
No, but if it's expanding and will expand, I'm 100% sure.
No, I'm asking you again, because you said your concern is 10 people come here flying are going to distract the hawks. Have you ever seen 10 people do that here?
Not yet, but it's possible.
Have you ever seen that with anything else? For example, like say, I can say that with a boat. What happens if someone's illegally doing something bad like you said? Should I ban them all right now from riding a boat in the water just because there's a chance that someone's going to abuse a turtle?
Those turtles are not native anyway, so those are...
My point is there's going to be people like doing stuff like that too, but does that mean I should ban every single person from coming here who legitimately just walks around, mind their own business?
No. I mean, not exactly just walk around, but I'm saying exactly that you are going up into the airspace.
But basically, like, I'm just saying this honestly, a lot of people are afraid of the drones because you see in the media they're noisy, you think they're dangerous, you read stories on how they give animals heart attacks, so you're coming across, and I understand.
Say heart attack, but I'm saying that if the animal would like to come here, they won't come here because something interfering with it.
But do you think
Besides, it hit people anyway, so it's...
No, you just brought up my point, exactly. You have the mentality of what you see in the media, that's why I understand.
No.
That's why I understand. I want to
It happens.
Tell me one example in Canada where someone was severely injured with, like someone purposely flew this drone and purposely ran into him.
not necessarily the accident happens. Like it happened.
Yeah, of course.
In Japan, in the restaurant happened.
Have you
in
read
the
about
US,
this? Have you read in the news?
Even here in Vancouver happened at the film crew.
Have you read what happened in Toronto recently?
Yes.
What happened?
With the car.
Yes.
Yes.
So does that mean I should ban every car from the road because it happens? I'm afraid a person like you with a license is going to run into people.
No, but we have so little natural area left. Okay, that's my point. And you have resident hawk and there's eagles here. And then people are flying around here, things. And it's so here that the hawk went after the drone, right here.
When though? I have people flying, I've seen people flying model aircrafts there, right there. These hawks were flying with it, like as if it was nothing. Over there in the field where you said basically you want people to go, yeah.
They got used to those ones.
Exactly, they got used to it. Same thing, some people in the country, they tell me when they talk to ducks, for example, or when they will go up to it, the ducks run away so fast because they're so afraid of it. But here, you walk by, the ducks like, okay, because they're used to people. So isn't it the same thing with the animals? If they're used to an environment, people are in a non-threatening way, you're not purposely flying it up to them, then they're okay with it.
No, but my point again that
Yeah.
saying if more people are coming in
Yes.
and everybody wants to use, what will happen?
What would happen? People are responsible. I mean, it's the same thing saying, if you have too many boats on the river right now, what's going to happen?
It could come in that, like boats, what you say, at the same time can happen that 100 people decide to come in and there are the commercial guys there.
I've seen people drive by with their cars, they bring their canoes. They're not renting it, they're just bringing it. Yeah, so
I'm saying that 100 can come in. So it's
but what's stopping 100, like you said, what's stopping 100 people with canoes to come in and use the lake one day if they want?
nothing.
Okay, then are you going to tell them that they should be banned as well? Like they shouldn't do that just in case there's 100 people that come?
No, I don't see any problem with 100 people if they are properly going around, yeah?
But that's taking up the space from all the animals. Like it's the same thing though. You said the hunting,
Animals
the ducks,
is shut down this end for the animals.
Yes.
That animal should find out. That's the thing. But there are those markers in the water.
I mean, for me, I guess,
These are safe on this side. So
like for me, like I said, it seems like, in my opinion, you're not used to this stuff. You've never used one before, so you're basing on what you see in the media. This thing can crash. It's dangerous. It's noisy. It'll distract the animals, but people don't fly it like that in real life. I'm trying to tell you.
the point that basically you have a quiet space. You come out, enjoy the park, and then you cannot find anything else around the city. Now you come down here, and then that's what you are doing.
No, I don't go to the city because it's illegal to fly within the airport controlled zones.
Natural resource.
But I say the same thing though. Am I abusing an animal here? I mean, I could argue you and I talking right now is scaring the birds. They're not going to come here because we're talking. Is that the reason for us not to be here? Where do you draw the line? But honestly.
And obviously there was no trail here a while ago and so on, but corrections.
But again, like, why is it that I'm seriously, like I said, I do this as a hobby. I try to educate people about it in a reasonable way. What is it about this that you fear so much? Where
No, all that I'm fearing is that basically you use the airspace, and there are resident birds here, and they have hard time many times to find food, and even the crows are bugging them, and then this will interfere, they will disappear down the road. That's my point. Pointless, okay?
it's not pointless. I'm trying to educate you because you have the average
Go into the
mentality.
airspace, okay? Go into the airspace.
This is the airspace.
What do you mean?
This is the sky. That's why I take very wide angle bird shots. It finally happened. I met a quote anti-drone guy, but I was actually trying my best to educate him and all that stuff. It was just kind of interesting. It was all the stereotypes you can think of. Actually, one of the interesting things was he kept saying, go into the airspace. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I am in the airspace. He's like, and then he was something along the lines of, because you probably couldn't find a good view like in a city or whatever, so you come here. I'm like, I don't go there because, you know, I'm trying to follow the rules where they stay away from the airports and all that stuff. Oh, it's just kind of, it's non-factual. Like when people are debating you about that stuff, it was interesting. Well, for that guy's case anyways, but he was only one out of what? 500, 1,000 or whatever the people I bumped into about it. But that kind of shows the mentality, like that's how it is actually for the average person. Or is it just a generation gap in terms of people who feel that way? I think some of the interesting things about that guy's comment, he said something about like, again, it's those what ifs, and about, well, a drone crashed into a restaurant, and unfortunately I didn't really like to use it, but I had to use the example of the Toronto, like saying, is that a reason to get rid of things like the car license? And that you can see like all those moments when I use examples that he can relate to, like with things that he uses, that's when you start realizing like, okay, maybe I was a little out of line. Of course he doesn't really admit it, but you can see like in his expression. That's how you need to communicate to people, like in my opinion, to educate them, because they just can't see it if they don't use it themselves until they can relate with it in some way. Or the other one was something along the lines of like the model aircraft I was saying, for example, where he was saying, you're gonna scare the birds and this and this and this, they're gonna be afraid to come here to eat. And then I used the example of like the eagles or the hawks or whatever, they were basically flying before with the model aircraft. I think they fly with it, like they're not afraid. And his response, like interestingly enough, was, okay, well, they're probably just used to it. Yes, that's basically what happened. So that they know it's not a threat. But there you go. My first encounter was someone that was very anti-drone, but I think that was actually pretty productive because he'll probably think twice next time before just jumping into something that he doesn't really have too much knowledge of, like he just has like a media bias. So I think that's a good thing anyways. Alright, see you guys later.